We are the Nerd Eternal Network.
I know I'm not the one. Don't fake it well, you don't belong to me.
Hello, and welcome to Dire Bear. It is Tuesday night, so of course that means it's our Esper Genesis campaign. I'll be your GM for the day, or for the evening, Jason. And with me as usual will be Sarah playing Cat, Eric playing Adrian, Decca playing Armanto, and Patrick playing Hull. Alright, where did we leave off last time?
We made a deal with the devil.
I don't know if it's the devil. I mean, of the campaign, yeah, kinda. At least so far.
And now we have to go find Achille and be like, hey, could you not?
One of the things I actually also wanted to do was head back to the shortcut, because we're missing intel.
Oh, you're right, that was something you brought up last time. Alright, as I recall, you had hunted down some information on Achille. Mm-hmm. You had, I forget how you had contacted Inri, rather. Make sure I'm saying it. Inri, no, that was what it was.
Adrian contacted the hunter contacted him.
That's right. That's right.
And then he was all like, did you really think that the hunter was going to give you the location of our homeworld?
Because you contacted the hunter.
Yeah.
Trying to
and then Adrian was, yeah. And Adrian was basically like, no, I expected this. The fuck you won't.
Totally expected this.
The scene from Kill Bill, yeah. Yeah, for a second,
basically.
I kind of did.
It sounds like it's coming through doubles somewhere, Jason.
Uh-oh.
Not me.
Testing my end. Are you getting any...
Somebody might have their mic on Zoom active.
Nope, it says join audio, and it's not there yet.
Uh,
I see that yours is muted.
Yeah,
Sarah,
I always mute mine.
I don't hear any breathing from me.
You're good for now.
I don't think it's mine.
I don't hear anybody coming out double on my end.
Well, on the Twitch video, it's coming through double.
Interesting.
Do you...
Let's see, mine is still telling me to join audio, so I assume my Zoom isn't
Yeah.
giving me up double.
Yeah. Do you happen to have the stream up for some reason, Jason? I know you delegate that to Sarah specifically.
No, I've got I always bring the chat up and pop it out, and then close. Let me double check and make sure. Everybody check and make sure.
The only one not coming through sounding double on the Twitch audio is you, Jason.
In my experience, it usually means something's going on in your end, Jason.
Let me check and make sure
We're all wizards.
Alright, broadcast nothing on that Roll20, and broadcast nothing on this Roll20.
Oh yeah, let me check that.
Yeah, I got nothing on my ends.
Sounding better now, I think.
Alright, so we're not getting
Yeah, it's fixed.
Interesting.
Who did
I don't-
something that might have fixed this? Because I know I didn't do anything.
I think we were all doing something.
Could be.
Oh well.
It's fixed now, that's all that matters.
Yep. Unless it unfixes itself as mysteriously as it fixed itself.
Now I'll keep an ear out.
Alright, so before that little snafu, where were we?
I was saying something.
Re-entering the source or whatever.
The shortcut?
That's right.
Shortcut. That's it.
Well,
Source is something else.
he had Patrick had brought that up last time. Y'all had cut a deal with Henry Cyrano to try and catch Achille and blank his memory in the hopes that Cyrano would let you all live. And he basically shook on it, with the caveat if they could not blank Achilles' mind, yeah, they're going to have to kill him. The information, as much for the good of your species as anything, the information he's got cannot be allowed to get out.
As far as they keep telling us.
As far as they keep telling you. And why wouldn't you trust the people who are trying to kill you the entire campaign?
Exactly.
Well, since episode 2 of the campaign, anyway.
Because sometimes they have very good reasons.
So you cut that deal with him. Was there anything else y'all wanted to say to him before you left?
Not really.
Okay.
How long do we have?
Well, he's going to put a guard up on the home world. A couple of weeks before he basically says you have a couple of weeks before I start getting antsy.
Fair enough.
Keep me updated.
We'll keep
I
in
realize
touch.
travel time may be a thing, so keep me updated. If you find he's hiding somewhere and it's going to take you a few weeks to get there, that's acceptable.
Okay.
You're a lot more sophisticated when we're talking and not launching ships in our direction.
I prefer to try these simple methods first.
But you did it the other way around.
Yeah, it's simpler. If we could have just blown you out of space, that would have been simpler.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Fair enough.
Alright. So, without further ado, you get back into orbit. You see his big battleship up there, but they don't lock on targets. Yeah, they don't lock onto you or anything.
Lock on target. Lock on target.
Take him from behind.
Now, y'all had discussed a couple of different ways to potentially lure Achille out. Patrick or Hull, I forget if it was in character or not, had brought up the ideal of returning to the shortcut to try to talk to the Jnanialo again.
So I asked him about how can you go with further detail, because he said the people they served betrayed them. And
Yes. I believe that was more or less his phrasing.
And he didn't go say, I can't say anything more than that. That is a gaping hole of information.
Well, he doesn't want information about his people getting out, and you were asking about his people. I'm sure it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. He's a perfectly trustworthy villainous / quasi-cult leader. He's at the very least got a cult of personality. And of course, if you go back to the shortcut, at that station you got 2 Primarin you could talk to.
Or get murdered by.
Also true.
I mean, the Destroyer sounded like a nice guy.
Yeah.
So nice that
I'm
Jnanialo
sure-
even nicknamed him.
I'm sure that nickname is totally just
It's-
he destroys Cinnabon or something.
It's
Oh,
innocuous.
Well, on the other hand, it's like if you ever meet a guy named Tiny, it's hugely ironic.
Alright, so what do y'all actually want to do once you're in orbit? Where do you want Jim to plot a course?
My vote's for the shortcut, so at least we can get the other side of the story. That's just me.
Try to get the other side of the story.
Yeah, they're not the most direct talkers.
Aramonto doesn't have a horse in this race, so to speak. He's just... Well, actually he does. He's like, well, we could do all that information gathering, but isn't this kind of time sensitive that we go and get Achille?
How long would it take us to get to the shortcut? The guy said we had a couple weeks before he starts getting antsy.
Let's see. This system has a crucible, so a day getting back out. An instant jump to the closest crucible to the shortcut. And then I think it was like a week's travel. We'll say 4 days travel to the Crucible. Or to the shortcut, rather.
Was it to the Crucible or to the station? Because it was near the station. The research station.
Well, the research station was pretty close to the shortcut, so that's,
Okay, so a 4-day Crucible to Crucible and then to the research station.
So we do have some time.
A little bit, yes. That's not going to leave you a whole lot of time leaving once you've left the shortcut.
During that time, we can try to at least locate where Achille is, because, I mean, we don't have any idea where he is right now.
True. We don't.
Do you want to try phoning one of his associates that he may have dumped? Is there anyone left?
Whose associates?
The guys we picked
Achilles. Achilles associates, like people who he has picked up at one point and all of a sudden they're just dropped off the face of the earth.
Like the other archaeologists on the planet that we shipped back?
Yes,
or
but
like
I don't
Basil,
think...
maybe?
Or do you mean more like the
Basil.
crazy cat lady where...
I was more
Contact
actually
us
thinking
past.
Basil. More thinking Basil.
Well,
I think he's dropped off Basil, at least not that we know of.
yeah, as
That's
far
why
as
we
you
find
know, Basil would still be with him. At least Basil was with him on the planet that he left the archaeology... That where your secret base is.
Right, but if he's dropped off everybody else, there's a chance.
Yeah. You could always
We
call
can-
Basil's number. Though, come think of it, the only number you had for him was the house on around orbiting Esperilla.
I think maybe Jim has the number.
We can do multiple phone calls. I mean, we can call Crazy Cat Lady.
Mm-hmm.
We can try and call Achille directly. We can try and call Basil. We can try and call some of the archaeologists he abandoned. We could even try and calling the mercs he hired, see if they've heard from him.
I don't think you
I
have
feel
a
like-
number for the crazy cat lady. Though you could
I also
certainly
feel
call-
like-
you could certainly send a message to somebody on the planet. You could send a message to, like, the guy that you knew was in good with her.
Yeah.
He had a business, so you have his number.
But also, I don't think the mercs would be up to chatting unless they had a reason to.
Yeah, because they even said, look, they just paid us to not.
Yeah.
They're really
Put
being
out-
paid a month not to do anything. So
Put out a bunch of hooks, see what we can get a nibble on.
Fair enough. Aramatsu will start to call. We'll try to find numbers for folk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jim would probably have a personal number for Basil.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I ain't used it in years, so I don't know if it's any good or not, but, here it is.
Does the lady that he's traveling with, the what's her face?
The
You know,
Cybermancer?
the Cybermancer. Does she have a
Kind of
number?
Urkel.
Yeah, does she have a number, like on a website or a business card or?
She has basically the listed number you tend to find for if you look her up in the sim. Basically goes to an agent. The only personal number you find for her goes to the apartment that she keeps on that last station y'all were on. And you knew from looking at it that she didn't really live there regularly, but
Yeah, worth leaving a message in case she checks her voicemail from a distance.
okay. What kind of message would you leave her?
We're inquiring about hiring your services. Please give us a call back at your closest convenience.
Okay. Within an hour, you got a message back from the agent. Or were you calling the agent or calling that home number?
The home number.
Okay, yeah, you don't get anything back then. Oh, no,
Aramonto will
I take
try
it
it.
back. Within a couple of hours, you get a call back, but it's from her agent. Apparently, the home number forwards to the agent, who tells you that he'd be delighted to take any information you would give on a potential job, but she is currently on a relatively long-term contract. or she's in the midst of a 6 months or so contract. So
Jesus. Kat would say, should we not find anyone else, that she would call him back and just
Social anxiety takes over.
F. Click.
Armanto called Basil with the number that Jim gave him.
it goes to messages basically.
No one picks up their damn space cell phones.
Well, if they're not close to a crucible, there could be a lot of lag.
That's true. I'll leave a message. It says, "Hello, Basil. This is Armanto Path Warden. Just trying to see how you are doing. You all kind of left in a hurry, so I was, worried. Especially when you all left your archaeological crew there and told them that, Anyway, call back if you can. We would appreciate it. Thank you."
Any other hooks you want to send out?
Send something out to the mercenaries. Just if they have heard from him since last we spoke. Looking forward to having a drink after all of this.
You get a response back from them the next day. Basically, no.
Stop calling us.
And yeah, kind of. It's kind of like, no, we haven't heard from him. We're no longer involved with him, and we're not gonna give you any information on the time when we were involved with him. I don't know what's
Go away.
Basically, I don't know what's between the two of you, but we ain't in it.
We're not helping you stalk him, basically.
Adrian in the background. I already know.
Now that one's not next to a crucible, so there's some delay in getting the messages. Like I said, it's the next day when they send back to you.
Mm.
All right, so you try to contact Basil. You try to
send one to Crazy Cat Lady via dude.
Might as well.
Yeah, just have to be like, call us, please.
Let's see.
You having me do it?
Well, I'm assuming one of us do it.
Sure, I'll do it. I don't care.
I believe his name was Weimar Sorrowling.
Sorry.
Alright, so one of you sends a message to Weimar?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll be like,
Okay.
Weimar, it's Armanto. You remember we booked you to have traveled to the Witch of the Forest.
Witch of the
That's what they
Westwood.
called it, right? Witch of the Westwood. I just saw that episode too. Anyway, and we made an exchange with her. We were wondering if you could get us in contact with her at some point. We'd appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Okay. It takes a day or so, and you get a message back from Weimar. He tells you, well, she doesn't have doesn't really have a comm system set up at her place that I know of. Not that it would help you right now anyway. She's off-world. She left, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, a few weeks ago. Has me and my daughter, watching her pretties.
I relay that to the party.
Now, if she contacts, he's like, if she contacts me, I'll be sure to let her know that you called, that you were needing to speak with her.
I'll send one back, like, that it would be very much appreciated. We thank you.
Oh, and Cena wants to know how Sweetie is doing. Cena was his daughter.
Send a picture back of the
I
monkey.
was gonna say I'll send a picture of Sweetie on the rig, just kind of like swinging around it like a jungle gym,
Not a picture of him and Yanni fighting over shiny things.
fighting over a wrench.
Like dueling wrenches, like Duel of the Fates playing in the background.
different sections of the ductwork, or different ones turf.
Dun, 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 dun.
Though a monkey marking its territory in the air events would probably not be pleasant.
Oh,
Monkeys are not clean
Yeah.
animals.
no, they're
no,
not.
It's a good thing this is a space monkey and we can make it clean.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah, she said it was good for space travel. So
That's true. She may have housebroken it very well.
she's off planet, and she left her zoo, which I don't think she would do lightly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it possible she went to the base that we discovered?
I mean, I don't see why she would. And even if she did, we have it on lockdown, so.
That's true. Is there anything we're missing besides the shortcut? I imagine we're doing this as we're like flying towards the shortcut.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
all
you're
the same
planning
day
on
kind of thing.
That's-
Yeah. I was like, I want to make efficient use of this time.
Yeah, you can fire off all those messages,
Uh-huh.
as you're syncing up with a crucible.
Yeah.
Sounds stupid. Do we want to contact the station and see if the destroyer and his buddy are on station, or if they're off station as well? 'Cause it'd be weird for multiple of that kind of group to be away from home.
Well,
You
we
want-
could basically say, hey, we're curious if this guy's there, if we need to avoid him, not cause an incident, etc., etc.
Or just pretend to be people interested in a paper he wrote. We don't have to reveal who we are.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the one here who hasn't met him before.
Have fun.
Armanto just quietly just
Now, do you send in the message from a different crucible, or do you jump to the one closest to the shortcut before you send the message out?
I'd say probably from the first crucible.
Mhm.
Okay. So what message are you sending the destroyer?
Dear Mr. Destroyer.
Dear Slim, I wrote you, but you ain't been answering.
God damn it.
I will orate a message if they will write it for me.
What, you can't write?
It's not that I can't write; it's that I wouldn't know what to say to this person because I don't know them.
Cat'll type in as he writes. Or speaks. You know what I mean. Words.
Mm-hmm. So what do you say, or what do you type rather that I say?
Oh. Okay, what's his actual name? It's not
He
Destroyer.
goes by Professor Pomo Safi. Safi. Safi.
Professor Safi.
Professor Homo sapien. Great.
It's pretty subtle.
Professor not a robot. Okay, Professor Safi, I've read a paper you've written in regards to the shortcut. Oh wait, first we should look up any paper he's written just to make sure it's a legitimate paper before we do.
I'll leave that to Adrian.
You
We
do not
find the
find
title.
any papers that he's written up.
Okay, but is he listed as a member of the research team on there?
To one of the particular companies that are running research there. Yes. You know, his name comes up as employed there, and you know who he is. But apparently, he's simply never published a paper.
It's weird for a professor.
It's
Supposed
weird.
to publish something that's that's just a cover.
I mean,
It's
it's
also
obvious
weird.
it's a cover. It's just a bad
It's
cover.
also weird that we still call it papers, and it's the future. They're probably not using paper.
Space papers.
I forget what species Pomo was. Because that doesn't really sound like a human name necessarily.
Was it Pomo the?
I think he was
Head
one of
of
the.
the
I
area?
think he was one of the blue guys because the station, the head of the station, Vidila Gandrick was
Yeah, she was.
she was one of the
Dennis?
tentacled. I'm pretty sure, or maybe she was with them. Gonna want to take better notes the next game.
For vampire, yeah.
You kind of have to.
Well, it'll be set. You'll have one cast of characters that you interact with regularly. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, one of them was blue, and I think one of them may have been a Dindus.
I thought the Destroyer was a human for some reason.
Ah, maybe it was. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I believe the destroyer was human.
Maybe I was flip flopping on whether to make the station commander a Dindus or a.
Okay, so professor.
Oh, station commander was a Dindus because that's what races
Okay.
example names I pulled that one from.
Has the station commander published anything in regards to the shortcut?
She has published one, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe we should send the message to her?
Sure.
Okay. Pomo is an Eldori.
Okay.
So both of them are currently residing in races that are already long lived, so they can presumably they could stay at the station as the same person for a long period of time without arousing any suspicion.
Right. We'll just send one to the station commander, then be like, "Hi, I've read one of your papers. I'm interested in speaking about certain points further with some of the research I am doing. If you would have any free time, I could either speak with you at the station or perhaps via message." I'm not really good at that.
It's
message.
you're doing just fine. It's just I don't know this person on a personal level, so it's harder for me to do it.
I mean, neither do we.
Well,
You've met her. I have not.
you had dinner with her, I think, or something,
It was a meeting.
or maybe it was a
was just
questioning.
like
Maybe it was a questioning.
Yeah, it was
session.
more of an interrogation.
But you
Yeah.
could write that out, and Armando could,
I would read it out.
Something short and sweet and anonymous.
You get messages back to her in a day or so. She'd be willing to exchange, conversation. And yes, if you came to the, she'd be delighted to speak to another academic
Another intellectual.
about the, about the shortcut. If you were on station, she could probably make some time to meet with you.
So,
Armando's
she's on station.
intelligence. Just as a reminder. But yeah, I would be happy to. I would be happy to do this for the team. Whatever it takes, guys.
I mostly just wanted to see if she was still on the station.
Well, she is.
Yes, she is still in the station.
And if we go on the station, I have a feeling bad stuff's gonna happen.
Honestly, us jumping into the system, they're gonna spot exactly who we are.
Oh yeah.
Now, what bad happened the last time you were on this station? A couple of people tried to steal your car, basically, and you ran them off. Well, I already killed most of them, but
Then they tried to just sequester us and keep us here and steal all of the data. Yeah.
look, Data just wants to be free. They were just going to make a copy of the data. You'd still have had it.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like stealing with extra steps.
I mean, essentially, yeah.
I love it. That's just stealing with extra steps.
So we've done all that. Are we going to the station?
Not to the station. If we jump into the Crucible, it's far enough away they won't notice us, correct?
Right, there's not a crucible right at the shortcut. You know.
Yeah. Could we take, like, a scenic route to the shortcut?
I get the feeling they'll notice us the second we jump into the area.
The crucible you would usually jump to is the one that's closest. You could always choose, instead of taking a straight line, to kind of loop around weird, but...
Yeah, it would add time on.
Yeah, you know...
And probably draw attention.
It would
Send a
definitely
message.
add time on.
Send a message to the guy like, so we're not very liked at this station that over here, so we're trying to like shortcut around.
Well, we don't want them to know we're going to that station either.
Fuck. That's complicated.
Yeah, consider he undoubtedly has contacts with these people. In fact, I want to say y'all had eavesdropped on a conversation between Vadilla
Destroyer and
and
that guy.
Pomo, where they were talking about Henry. It didn't sound like either one of them considered him like a direct superior or anything, but it sounded like they were still keeping him in the loop on stuff. So they might be more contacts than followers.
They were all in the same, like, forum group.
Essentially.
They all get the newsletter.
They're in the same Discord.
Yeah, essentially.
Maybe
They
we
just
cause
ping
enough.
each other.
So we cause enough discord.
But
If y'all ever get your own ship, that should be what you name it.
The discord.
our own Discord.
The Discord, have a golden apple on the side, it'd be fine. Alright, so y'all jump to that next closest crucible.
While we're taking the back route to it, Kat's gonna be putting all kinds of feelers out to figure out where Achille is.
Aramonto's going to just do his fucking battle meditations, because that's all he can do right now.
That and pet the monkey.
Well, the monkey's just right here at the whole time. He's like, at this point, as Aramonto's doing them, I picture like the monkey trying to pantomime them badly. So Aramonto has a sword going like this, and the monkey's like,
Has a wrench.
yes. Johnny sees red every time.
Audible Kill Bill sirens.
Yes.
Alright, as you approach, you're about a day away from the shortcut. You know, you've looped around a little bit, but if you go back to where the entrance is, you know the station will notice you because they notice you disappear from that area the last time you were here.
Could we, like, speed in and, like, hit the brakes right at the shortcut? Like, coast into the shortcut?
Break that.
Break check the shortcut.
Yeah,
There
like...
is, I think, something
It
you can
doesn't-
do to try and kind of stealth.
Yeah.
You know, you cut down your drive signatures or whatever.
That is a thingy we can do, yes.
You know, it's not invisibility, so you know, it wouldn't hide you for somebody using a physical telescope to look.
Could we maybe change, like, what it reads us as? Like, just a patrol ship, maybe?
We've done that before.
You could change the transponder code, basically, because, you know, Adrian's got some experience doing that. But it wouldn't really hide the type of ship you were. And while the Roustabout is not the only ship of this model still in use, it is a fairly old ship. And there's not a whole lot of them still in use.
The people on this station are already suspicious of that kind of ship, so
Some of them are, yeah.
yeah.
But, so you jump in, you're starting to get fairly close. You're kind of waiting to see if somebody from the station tries to call you. Because the shortcut's a decent-sized area. You're not required to check in at the station before you go into it.
Anyone call us?
No, you're about 10 hours or so from the shortcut. When you hear a very alarmed Jim in the cockpit.
I don't like that sound, Jim.
What is it, Jim?
Spider?
We've got company.
What's
Fucking A.
company?
Some of them bright guys from the last time we were here.
In the cockpit? And she's like already walking towards the cockpit.
And any of you that glance in that
Okay.
direction can see light pouring down the hallway in the cockpit.
Oh, wonderful. They saved us the trouble.
Good, you're here.
Armanto? Here, these
What?
guys.
What am I telling them?
Just look at them.
They're
I
very
look-
bright. It hurts to look directly at them. You think there's
Alright.
3 distinct figures, but it's kind of hard. They're standing close together. And it's kind of hard to.
It looks like
Are you the same 3 people we met before?
Yes. No. Yes.
Okay.
You hear 3 distinctive voices speaking in unison, but their answers are different. It's pretty much how they talked to you last time.
Yeah.
it's really weird.
Kind of nods at Hall. Ask away.
Patrick.
Yeah. We encountered. Did he ever give us his actual name?
Who? Henry?
Yeah.
No, Henry Cyrano is the only name he gave you.
We had encountered one of the Morans. Primarin, I'm sorry. And, well, to make a long story short, we found one of our former associates is attempting to find their home world. This man is when it's, and unfortunately, some of them want to kill him in a means to stop this.
Unfortunate, but that would be safer.
When I asked them as to what actually happened, they said they were betrayed by the people they served, but would not say any more. So I assume the people they served were you. Am I correct?
One voice goes, they were the betrayers. Another voice goes, we served them. The third voice goes, but they were right.
What is it with ancient beings and trying to play God?
It's not the. I don't think it's just the ancient beings thing. Says I'm trying to. What happened to Marin? And the person who said we're right, I address that one directly.
Alright, so you asked them what happened to the Primarin?
And I'm asking the one that said they were right. The one that said that, I'm asking that one directly. I'm probably going to get different answers, but he's the one I'm probably going to get an answer from.
One voice goes, they stunted themselves. Another voice goes, they interfered. The third voice goes, they tried to save us all.
Conflicting answers.
Let's see.
How did they stunt themselves?
They interfered and did not become what we are. Another one says they became something lesser. They interfered and became something lesser.
Lesser.
Let's see. In the third one. He probably just repeats what the first one said. They don't always all have different things, but sometimes they do.
Which means Jason didn't think about this. Okay.
Well, you know, sometimes the answer is just the answer, and there's not that many variations I can give on it.
How exactly did they try to save us all?
They did not want to ascend. They tried to stop the ascension. They were tied, and the third one says they were tied to this world.
Armanto's starting to get a clear. Jeremy's starting to get a clear picture of what happened. Armanto, probably not so much.
I don't know. He's got a decent wisdom.
That's true.
You know, if you tried to have him figure out the science of what they were doing, he'd be lost.
That's true.
Why try to make them ascend?
To better them for their own good. We were terribly mistaken.
It sounds like you served. It sounds like they served, or the Primarans served them, and they tried to play God, and it bit them on the ass. I know they didn't say that. I also know that a couple of them are probably lying.
Or telling the truth, but all from their point of view.
How did they try to stop you?
Let's see. One says they interfered. Another says they misadjusted the machine. The third one says they used violence.
Interference can be violence.
Explain the machine.
The greatest device we ever created. The worst device we ever created. And the third one refers to it as a. Wouldn't refer to it as a god engine exactly, but. Best device, the worst device. Oh crap! What do the Espers call the power source they tap into? They just
They
refer
don't,
to it as
do they?
cosmic. That's right. I think different cultures have different names for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The third one says it channeled the direct cosmic forces. Which,
That's past tense.
from your first conversation, I think they pretty much said they were basically just living beings of that kind of baseline force.
Mm.
But it's why they're so limited in how they can interact with the physical world.
Interesting. I think.
So this machine would convert them into what you are.
All 30 of the voices say yes.
And some of you think that was a problem.
All of us know the mistake.
Hindsight is 20/20, isn't it?
There's a slight pause, yes. But it's a phrase from another culture. They just stop for a second. Yes, I get what he's saying. And Jim has brought the ship to a standstill, basically.
Just kind of floating in space now.
He's like, yeah, they told me not to approach the door, so we're just gonna hang right here for right now.
Understandable.
This is what we're here for, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have to worry about going in there.
Where is the machine? Is it still on their home world?
On the home world, in the capital, in the temple to self.
Temple to self?
Maybe self's not the right word. In the temple of selves.
Temple of selves. Interesting name.
Where is their home world?
One says you should not go there. 2 says it could be dangerous. 3 says the Primarin likely guard it.
I am banking on the Primarin guarding it.
They've said they're gonna guard it. We
They
have
do
to
not-
go find a friend.
1 says they do not wish it to be used. Another says they wish to protect everyone from it. Let's see. They do not wish to be used or protect others from it.
Why can they not destroy it?
They do not know how it works. They're afraid of triggering it accidentally. They fear that it might be able to harm them.
Do you know how to destroy it?
One says, 2 of them say no, and one of them says not safely.
Not
What would-
safely is kind of our thing.
What would happen if it was destroyed?
Vast destruction, perhaps. An unraveling of reality. Another one goes, an unraveling of reality, perhaps. And the third one goes, a misfire can make all Primarin.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna 7 on insight. I ain't no shit. These are new beings. I don't know what's going on.
They're just
Yeah,
voices
talk
weird.
coming out of the light. Voices I hear in
Yeah.
my head. Not like the
Yeah.
usual voices I hear in my head. These are very distinct.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really hard to read the body languages of light beings.
It's more listening to what they're saying and seeing what, looking for incongruencies.
Not any better either. That
What
rolled.
the hell? I'll roll 2.
All right, everybody can roll.
What are we rolling? Insight?
Insight.
I was rolling
yeah.
insight.
I rolled a 4 and got a 12, so I just rolled
So
ass.
you got a decent insight. You just didn't roll good.
9.
Yeah, no, it's really
These
hard
guys
to read.
are hard
light.
to read, but
Yeah, all light beings. Go figure.
you know they seem to be being straightforward, and nothing they told you before has been proven false. So
Can you tell us where this is? We're on a mission to continue to safeguard the device from people who might.
We have a friend who is trying to find their home world, and we suspect he is after the device.
how did he learn
We
of the
don't want him.
device?
It
He's a
was his
nosy
life's work.
bastard.
Excuse me, it was. How did he learn of the device? You let the information out. We told you not to do that. We told you to tell no one.
We did. Fortunately, someone else told him.
Does everybody in the
looks at
bridge
Jim.
look over at Jim?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
Everyone's like, even Aramonto, who wasn't part of it at the time, is just like,
We have a way to possibly make him forget. And if not, he'll be erased.
which
So
reminds
it won't matter.
me. Do you have the means to wipe somebody's memory?
Let's see. No, we do not. That would be unethical.
It's not about ethics at this point. Do you or
Ethics
don't you?
is out the window.
And all three of them respond no. Not in our current states.
And if they don't have
Current
one,
states?
That's the beings you see before you.
You have other states.
Well, one of them goes as the beings you see before you. One of them goes as the Jnanialo. The other one goes as the wise lights. And what
The
was your
wise
question?
lights have to.
Asking
sorry.
if there was another state that they could erase his memory in, or are they always in this state?
Only in the past. Not anymore. When we were mortal.
Could we make him one of you?
There's kind of a hesitant yes. Another one goes, you could. And the third one goes, please do not.
Fair.
It's like when the weeaboo goes to visit Japan.
Please don't.
Maybe we can. It's still an option to give him what he thinks he wants. However, the current plan is to shoulder check him until he stops moving, and try to wipe his memory.
Tranquilizer dart, long distance. I have a sniper rifle.
Nope, this is personal.
Senpai betrayed me.
In unison, they tell you, you must stop him. The device
We're
cannot
trying
be
to.
fired up. You cannot allow the device to fire up again.
That's why we've come here.
The network is
That's why
broken
we've
down.
come to you.
But we are trying to figure out a way, because we needed more information. The Ekajati, or in this case, the Primorin, have not been forthcoming with us.
All right, you broke up there.
I basically say that's why we are here, because the Primorin, who have agreed to a truce, but they have not given us the knowledge we need to know what was happening.
The Primorin cannot be trusted. Duplicitous they are. And the third was like, especially their leader.
Everyone's a little
Which means
duplicitous.
there is no person to wipe their memory. He's just gonna kill him.
Everyone's a little duplicitous.
Say it could.
Everyone looks at Adrian. You could.
I mean, significant enough blunt force trauma to the head would be enough to
We're
erase anybody's memory.
no. We're not making him into a vegetable.
But he'd still be alive, and that's what counts.
Not really. Well, in all of your infinite wise light wisdom, what do you suggest aside from don't let him reactivate it? We're really running out of options here. We don't want it to get out. You don't want it to get out. They don't want it to get out. We need an option.
We just want him to live throughout all of this, is
Yeah.
the thing. And while I do want to shoulder check him and possibly knock him unconscious, I don't want to kill him.
His only crime is wanting knowledge.
Yeah, all of us want to get out of this alive and walk away from this and just live. None of us wanted any of this.
I sure as hell didn't.
He wants what we wanted. He's making the mistake that we made. He is foolish, like we were.
He's Icarus, we know. We want to clip his wings without killing him.
And if you cannot,
He dies.
We do what we have to do, but I'd rather not. It's a waste of a life. It's a waste of knowledge.
Because the main problem that caused all this, you could say they made a mistake or not, is because everyone decided that no one should know about it. But if you hide it, it's just going to happen again.
That's pretty wise, actually. I like that.
let's see. One of them goes hiding in his work for tens of thousands of years. Another goes letting everyone know about it. It would only take one madman to trigger it and affect everyone.
Everything. The third one.
Let's see, what was it? Yeah, we'll say the third guy was echoing the first one.
Everything works until it doesn't, even if it takes tens of thousands of years.
Yeah.
If you live forever, eventually someone is gonna activate it. Be it
That's right.
5 days from now or 5,000 years from now.
One goes, indeed. Another one goes, entropy ends everything eventually. The third one goes, yes.
Is it taxing being a triumvirate like that?
Yes, no, sometimes.
Let's see. It's kind of, no? What are you talking about? There are hundreds of us.
There are 3 of you that I know of.
Oh, 3 of us conversing with you. 3 of
Yeah.
us here now. 3 that
Yeah.
you can see.
Yeah. Armando's straight up saying yeah to all 3 of them.
Well, this is how it's looking. We've got an idiot going to activate something he doesn't understand. Another bunch of idiots that are hiding things to the point of outright annihilating entire civilizations. And another bunch of idiots sitting around acting like wise men doing the exact same thing. Are one of you going to actually stop being idiots and actually do something correct for once?
No.
At this point, I'm just all for going to the planet and just activate it.
You get a very emphatic no from all 3 of them if you say that out loud.
Then help us figure out a way to keep the secret, keep our friends alive. Or you and the other guys figure out your shit.
Because the big problem that we have here is that it's both your faults. Neither of you want to admit it.
Yes. Indeed. That's what I've been saying.
The universe is getting trapped between your guys' damn temper tantrums. Just sit down and talk with each other.
Hey, that's my thing.
Yeah, Armato, we're gonna get them all on the ship. And you can have
Oh,
like a
Jesus
counseling
Christ.
session
One of them goes,
between
we
ancient
have,
beings.
one of them goes, we have tried. 2 goes, they do not wish to speak to us.
When's the last time you tried?
3 goes, it's futile.
When's the last time you tried? How many thousands of years ago was that?
Let's see, one of them was like 100,000?
Times change.
One of them's shortly before we last visited your world. And the third one goes recently.
Define recently. You live for ages. Recently could be 5 days ago or 5,000 years.
The main idea here is you haven't
To
spoken
be
to them.
fair, earlier when they said that hiding it had worked for tens of thousands of years, they should have said hundreds of thousands of years, or maybe even hundreds of thousands of years, probably.
Yeah,
Still
define recently.
Yeah. And that voice goes 100,000 years ago. You know, around the time they were pulling Neanderthals off Earth and sticking them in their zoo.
Times change. We're not all static.
The Primarin do not any more than we do.
If we could have one of them parlay with you, what would you accept it? If we could bring one here on a ship.
Yeah, yes, of course. Yes, of course. We're always open to communication.
Was the big guy that y'all called the destroyer Jnanialo, or was he a Primarin? I'm asking out of character.
It's Primarin.
Oh yeah, they all go Primarin.
It was out of character.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is there one that you would wish to speak to in particular?
Inri Cyrano.
No, a handful.
One goes Inri Cyrano, one goes their leader.
What motivation would they have to speak with you? Aside from ending this stupidity. You have to give them something of, they want to have to talk to you as much as you want to have to talk to them.
We have nothing to offer them. One goes, we have nothing to offer them. Two goes, we have nothing they'd want. Three goes, they merely want the destruction of our technologies. Or of the devices that allow us to interact with the world.
How many devices are left?
All three of them echo, and the number is 10 million and something.
Are the devices crucibles, as we call them?
One goes no. Another one goes, they were ancient before our time. And three goes, we do not know where they come from.
Well, that.
He's just gonna sit back for a second in the chair, just sort of close his eyes, and he's mentally gonna reach out through the networks. He's actually gonna call Inri.
Hey, buddy, you're never going to believe who we have on the phone.
Basically.
Within a few minutes, Inri's on there. There doesn't seem to be any... Oh, wait, There's some slight delay because y'all are a few days from a crucible. I mean, the communication is faster than light. It's just not as fast as jumping a crucible.
Yeah.
So there's a minute or so delay in the comms.
Okay.
So anyway, you call him. He comes on the line.
Mm-hmm.
Greetings, Roustabout.
Hello.
What's your status?
Well, we have someone here that wants to talk to you. And he's going to connect to one of his data pads with a camera. He's going to turn it around and show the Jnanialo.
We have nothing to say to them.
Yeah.
They got nothing to say to you. It's been 10,000 years. Can you guys just sort this out? It's been hundreds of thousands of years.
There also wasn't a doomsday plot going on before this.
They've also mentioned they're more than happy to talk if you want to talk.
I was quite clear the last time they tried to speak to us that that was not an option.
Yeah, and how
Why?
many thousands of years has that been?
He's like, I don't know, quite some time, but not long enough.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You all are just going, both of you ancient beings of however many centuries of ages, are just gonna sit and watch this guy destroy everything because we can't fucking track him because no one's telling us where your planet is.
Henry's like, I've got ships in orbit. We'll blow him out of. If he shows up there, we'll blow him out of the sky. It's your attempts to try and preserve his life that has got you running around currently.
What happens when the next Achille comes along, and the one after that, and the one after that? What happens if you don't have us digging around in your shit to find
Then
the
they
Achille?
probably wouldn't find out where stuff was.
Secrets are gonna come out eventually.
Henry. Here's a good one. What happens when you don't have people like us to warn you that they're going to your homeworld in the first place? They show up there without your knowledge and proceed to activate the machine that turns all of us into you.
It would probably turn you into Jnanialo, which is even worse.
Yeah, except I believe last I heard it got tampered with.
We adjusted some settings. The machine is likely reset by now.
Has it? A machine that you don't know much about?
Old
You could
people
ask
playing
them.
with a VCR.
Or in this case, a very young person trying. This kind of reminds me of a guy who handed his daughter his old Game Boy, the old gray brick,
Mm-hmm.
and she started swiping the screen.
Oh boy.
But anyway, Enrich tells you could ask them.
I could, but I have you on the line.
And I've told you I think it would reset. Am I absolutely certain? No. But the network is much bigger now. It will be bad if it goes off.
Yeah, it would.
By network, what does he mean?
He's like, the network of crucibles. The pulse traveled through them. All the crucibles that were currently activated. There are far more activated now than there were in our time.
Oh, see, now we're getting somewhere. Someone actually sharing information. See, you can learn stuff.
Our people all withdrew from distant colonies to planets that had a crucible in system. They chose to follow the leadership, even while many were uncertain about the decision.
See, Adrian's looking up at the Jnanialo. How are they reacting to this conversation?
They're sitting there glowing.
Strobe light. Boom.
They will respond if you ask them something. But
Do you have anything to add to this? Strobe lights of wisdom and destiny. Adrian's in full sass mode right now.
he's not lying. He speaks the truth. The network is much larger now.
Question. Those of us Embers that have Esper powers, is that part of this?
No, that wouldn't make a difference. Many of us had Esper powers.
Wow, Esper's pretty them.
Now, the fact that the Jnanialo actually said that the crucibles are older than they are is a bigger mystery.
One we don't have the time to solve.
I know. I'm just saying it's interesting. You said you altered the machine. What were they attempting to do?
Right, alter it further.
Are you asking the Jnanialo this, or are you asking Henry Cyrano?
Henry.
And I don't know why I'm pointing forwards for one of them, behind me for the other one. But anyway.
One's
Oh,
on
one
the
of them's
screen,
in
one's
front of us. Yeah,
I don't
one's
even
on
know-
the
I don't
screen
even
that
know why
Adrian's
you're
holding.
pointing. I don't even know why you're pointing for emphasis. I can't see you.
Fair point. All right. So what was the question again?
You said they attempted to adjust the machine. What were they trying to do, and what did they do?
Okay. Henry tells you we were trying to stop it from going off, or at least adjust it to the point that it would be some harmless, display of power, or worst case scenario that it would simply blow itself up. And, we might die and leave the Temple of Selves a crater, but at least it would have saved everyone else from the fate our leadership had planned for us.
What was their plan?
To turn our species basically into the Jnanialo. All knowing, or not all knowing, but immortal energy beings that would not, want or need for physical would have no physical needs, that could spend eternity, investigating the mysteries of the galaxy, kind of thing, or mysteries of the universe.
You got the energy thing, but every now and then you have to change shells.
Well, that's what our adjustment did. Just to us at the, just kind of us at they're at ground zero. The rest of the pulse went off like normal, turning all of our people into Jnanialo.
I turned to Jnanialo. Are you some of their people?
Yes, they were our leaders.
No. I'm talking about. I'm asking the Jnanialo this. Are you some of his people?
We were all Ekajati.
So basically, this boils down to two groups of kids.
Lovely. So really, this whole problem you have here, this is just. We thought these were two species arguing. This is just a civil conflict, isn't it?
Let's see. One of them goes, we made a horrible mistake. 2, we had the best of intentions. And 3 goes, and those intentions paved the pathway to hell.
Aramato kicks a chair and is like, I'm so fucking tired of the best intentions. The best intentions are fucking horse shit for all of you. Look what it's gotten you. Nothing. Fix this shit. I'm tired of this.
Oh my.
I've gotta
Language. Do you
agree
kiss your
with
mother
him.
with that math?
I think his mother's dead, so
He walks off. Fuck you guys.
We're non-physical.
is there, bottom line, is there a way to turn these things off so you two can stop trying to hide them? Is there a way to make them defunct?
We cannot interact with the universe without them.
Why do you want to interact with the universe anymore? You've got your own little zoo. Do you truly want to interact with the universe?
Species will continue to be in danger. We can't continue to save intelligent species.
Yeah, we're gonna be in.
And one of them is like,
We're gonna be
we
in
can-
danger all the time.
We do not know how to shut down the Ascension engine.
Did you make the damn thing or did you find it?
Um,
Because this is sounding suspiciously like you found it and decided to poke it to figure out what the hell it did.
Yeah.
we added to it.
Oh, great!
See,
You
that was your
modified
first-
it.
So you had people modifying ancient technology, who other people then altered the modifications.
I like how we've lost all respect for these ancient creatures.
Yeah.
No,
We
here's
didn't have any respect for the Ekajati, not much. It's
here's
just the fact we're having to deal with problems that you created eons ago, largely because you never spoke to each other. This has nothing to do with correcting mistakes. The mistakes you made us.
We know.
And you're
We are
totally
sorry.
killing us.
Are
Purely,
you?
You won't be
really
dead.
sorry?
A sorry does absolutely nothing when you do nothing about it.
yeah.
You can say sorry all you want to. But the more you say sorry and do nothing, the stupider and less wise you become.
100 years from now, there's going to be another
You hear
group of assholes
you hear
like us.
Henry just kind of cackling on the other end of his line as you are giving these guys a dressing down.
You're not. You're guilty too, so don't cackle.
I'm taking action to try to preserve your species.
In
Which
the
is why
worst
we've
way
been talking
possible.
to you the most, honestly.
In the worst way possible.
Also true.
All we can do is
You
keep the device
made
hidden.
a hell for yourself, and you're stuck there.
Which one was that to?
I'm actually pointing at our friend on the other line.
Okay, Henry. If they had only listened to us. We tried to argue our case before we resorted to violence.
So, the gist of what I'm getting is this. You chucklefucks found the thing, decided to modify it, decided to use it for whatever brain-dead reason you had, not knowing what it did, not understanding it, not even trying to think about the repercussions of it, before you decided to go, ooh, let's just turn the damn thing on, let's see what happens.
One of them,
And
there was
now-
many debates. We spent years researching. We thought we knew what would happen. Well, to be
yes.
fair, we knew what would happen.
And you
if
did it
had been- If it hadn't
anyways.
been interfered with. But we did not realize the full implications.
Where did you find it?
On a partially completed crucible.
Please don't tell me this thing was a fucking forge.
No, one's like, no. And the other two voices are like, we know what a forge is. This was not it.
Next question. Do you find
Okay.
these things on crucibles in general?
Could it be like that one crucible the cat lady told us not to go to?
One of them's like, no. The other one's like, we only ever found the one. And the third one goes, no one has ever found another.
Find a central network of the crucibles.
Do what now?
Basically, I'm asking, was this thing the HUD? Basically, the hub of the crucibles. They said it was partially constructed.
We do not believe it was connected. The partial crucible was not active because it was not complete. We do not believe it was a hub.
Did you ever find out why it was not complete?
No. No, we did not. No, we did not. They may have actually activated the device.
Or perhaps the device is crucial in forming crucibles in the first place.
As you said, you're basically the same energy that experts have.
One goes possible. Two goes an intriguing hypothesis. The third one goes, then why did it not complete that one?
Perhaps something happened.
Maybe hit the wrong switch.
Maybe idiots tampered with it.
You hear from yelling from the back. Maybe if you guys stop fucking playing God for once in your lives.
One of them goes, yes. Another goes, mistakes were made. And the third one goes, we do not play anymore.
Mm.
Yeah, they just don't get involved at all, apparently.
Right.
There are avenues of involvement are limited now.
You literally told us the first time we met you that you can pop up anywhere you fucking want to in the entire galaxy.
Yeah, but they can't actually do anything once they're there.
Yes or no?
Oh yeah, they can pop up. They can travel wherever they want to.
Oh no, he's saying this in character.
Oh. They're like, yes, we can travel where we wish. We can appear anywhere. We're everywhere at once.
Right. Okay. Wonderful.
Then
Where's Achille?
Let's see. One goes, I don't know. Two goes, we can search. And the third one goes, this may take a little time.
A little time? Please define a little time for us non-immortals.
Between a picosecond and a millennia? No, he doesn't say that.
You've got 10 minutes.
I defined what a minute is too.
Yeah. This
Very well, we will try. We will call in everyone.
Good.
All 12 of us.
is
Or no,
he's
all 100 of us. Hundreds. 200? No, he said there was hundreds of them, so.
he's gone and found your home world or something leading to the home world. He's already seeming a hell of a lot smarter than you guys. Maybe he can help fix this shit.
All three of the lights flicker out, which leaves your cabin feeling awfully dark all of a sudden.
Nice.
I figured, well, since now that we have you on the line,
And Henry's just kind of like, you're actually getting them to do something.
It's our charming personalities.
that's because we talk to them.
Yeah, bite me.
Sometimes being comes back in. Sometimes being angry does stuff.
Angry sometimes gets results.
Henry's like, it certainly motivated me for a long time.
Speaking of you, you said you had a faction that attempted to sabotage the device.
Mm-hmm.
Describe your faction to us.
Many of us were military. We also had plenty of scholars and academics. We even had people that had worked on the project to a minor degree. It was just a smattering of us, a few thousand strong, that foresaw the potential dangers. Well, we realized it'd be the extinction of our species in some ways. And it was. Neither us nor the Jnanialo can reproduce.
Has that affected you all that much?
He just kind of... oh, right. You're an Ashen Force. I don't know if your people can breed anyway.
No, I was literally asking. That hasn't seemed to affect you at all. You still sustain yourselves. It's the fact
It
you
means
don't
our
really have-
species doesn't progress. Our culture ground to a halt. We went a very long time before we discovered that we could inhabit bodies. And then it was on, then it was... Well, some of us stumbled across primitive species. There may be some of our brethren floating out amongst the stars that have never run across an habitable body yet. Then we have, when we'd find one, we had to wait for the civilization to advance to space travel to recontact one another. It's really been quite an ordeal. And some people simply want children.
And you said there was talk, your leaders. Why was there not just a faction that your faction is just, could be scientists in me talking. Why wasn't there ever a control group?
Firing up the device initiated. Uh, let's see. Firing up the device had to interact with a crucible, at which point if I can talk, at which point it involved linked into the entire crucible network of currently active crucibles that were inactive at the time. Were not affected.
Where is the damaged crucible?
I believe it was disassembled as they dug out the device, the engine.
Oh no. Is it the one with all the weird bioorganic beings?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Could we give him the coordinates to that and be like, does this look familiar?
Oh, the crucible that I met you over, that I first met you
Yes.
orbiting?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he
Yes.
did catch us there. Was it anything like that?
No, that's some terrible experiment gone wrong, I assume. As far as I know, that crucible has always been like that. At least as far back as my people know.
There are two reasons why I'm asking this. One, because again, hiding information doesn't solve any problems. You can pretend, it's worked so far. Eventually, it's not.
Well, if you can roll Doomsday back 100,000 years, you roll Doomsday back 100,000 years. If we let everyone know about
Question
it, Doomsday would probably only be decades away.
But another big thing why I'm bringing this up is Killy is purely a thirst for knowledge.
I doubt that.
He has
you talked to him?
permanent levels of thirst for knowledge.
I know his type. It started off as a thirst for knowledge, I have no doubt. But he is a man used to adventuring, a man approaching his end.
He is a man, if you said, here's the origins of the crucibles, would he shift?
We don't know the origins of the Crucible.
That's the point.
More than likely, he would continue to pursue the device because the device, in his mind, I have no doubt that finding the device now equals immortality for him. He looks at what we would become and goes, it's probably not that bad.
Have either of you guys talked to him?
No.
Explained immortality really sucks. Or considered that maybe people like him could be your children. They could help propel your society forward by bringing in new blood, so to speak.
Embers. About this time, the Jnanialo reappear.
Is there more of them now?
There's 3 of them in the cockpit, and the ship seems to be surrounded by them.
Oh, they brought friends. The station's gonna really notice us now, guys.
On the other hand, Killbot walks in with a couple of glow sticks.
We have located your friend.
Wonderful. Where is he?
I do not believe we should say while there is a communication line to Inri Cyrano.
Fair enough. We'll call you back later.
Inri's like, no, wait, no!
Adrian mentally maintains the connection still.
Oh shit.
Because it's his connection that's maintaining it.
Are you letting all the info go directly through?
Or do you put him on, like, elevator hold music?
Yeah, he basically like he closes it, and then the connection directly to Adrian's like I'll get right back with you. Hold on.
Ah, very good, very good. We have located him. He is in the home system.
Of course he is.
He is currently on our moon.
and the
Could you get us there? Quickly.
We cannot interact with the physical world.
That shortcut we went through. Does it take a shortcut to anywhere else, or is it just in and out like a pocket?
It's simply a pocket. We had to hide the sanctuary from the likes of the destroyer. He would not care how many innocents died if he destroyed the thing. It is ours, so he would destroy it.
So essentially, all the sentient species they kill just as an act of spite.
Yes, we believe that he would.
Wonderful.
No, it is not. He is horrible.
I defined what sarcasm is to them.
Indeed, we had that. And the last was like, I was a master of it when I was mortal.
Well, you're experiencing it now. Congratulations.
Can you give us the coordinates?
Yes, we have spoken to one another. It has been decided. And the coordinates just come up on your screens.
How long will it take us to get there?
Or no, excuse me, they wouldn't come up on the screen. They can't interact directly with the computers. They dump the coordinates into your brain, so now all of you know the coordinates.
It's the most knowledge that's been in Armando's brain in a while.
Looks over how much, like, it's weird, isn't it?
Oh, wow.
Within a minute,
Yeah.
Armando can only remember like the first 3 digits of the coordinates. What was the rest of it?
Don't ask him, like, for, like, catalogs of anything. It gets really bad.
Oh yeah, it did.
Yeah, don't do it, dude. Don't do it. It's not worth it. You'll be here for hours. None of them fun.
Fair enough.
They go, here are the coordinates. We wish we could help more. We leave this in your hands.
You
We are
just
sorry
said
for the danger we have put your people in.
you just
You're not. If you were sorry, you'd do something.
Armando.
We are mobilizing some of our automated ships, but if they will arrive in time to do anything, we will speak to the. We will speak to this Achille Vasher and try to convince him of the folly of his ways. But we cannot actually, physically stop him.
That's the downside of Ascension, is essentially you're a pure energy being, but you can't touch crap.
Yes.
Also cats.
And many of us have drifted away.
Drifted away.
With no physical interactions, with no stimuli. They sleep, perhaps? Dream? Only those of us that have managed to find a purpose. Mostly those of us responsible. Whether that purpose be trying to hide our mistakes, trying to preserve intelligent life that we find in danger.
There really isn't a difference between them, is there? It's the only difference that you have is when you said you have hundreds, these are just the last that you have in your group. Your actual species that's gone to sleep.
Many of the others have drifted off, no longer have a sense of self. Only those of us that have tried to stay close to the physical world. Our minds were not designed for this. And then the third was like, it was a horrible, horrible mistake. And we drug our people into it.
You can spend eternity moping about it, or you can. Yes, you do. but you are now making steps to rectify this. May have taken you several millennia, but you are now taking steps to rectify this. For that, you should be grateful or happy if you could feel emotions now.
We can feel emotions. We still feel.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm offended.
You could be offended. That's fine. This is my first time meeting the Jnanialo. I didn't know what your name was until like a month ago.
And I gotta duck out for a second.
Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else I'd like to tell you? Is there anything else you'd like to ask them?
Do you see any peaceful resolution for this, for any of you, for us?
Between us and the Primarin, likely not. Theirs is an old hate. It runs deep. It's somewhat justified.
Have you tried helping them? They say they have their people drifting amongst the stars. Have you tried helping them find those people?
We did early on, yes. But stopped when they proved so hostile to us.
Well, you guys talked for a little bit here and you didn't try to kill each other. Granted, you were in two different areas.
And
Maybe you should
physically
reopen
incapable
those
of
lines of
killing one another.
communication. Yeah, we know. But figure your shit out. Get your shit together.
We will endeavor to.
You've got eternity to deal with each other. One of you is gonna have to give. Be the bigger man, woman, energy being.
Besides, the trick isn't so much living forever. It's what I'm pretty sure you found out. I don't think you can live with yourself forever.
Perhaps. Perhaps you're right.
We have to figure out that in a mere, most of us, under 100 years. So, y'all got a foot up.
We're pretty good at it, too. Maybe you should learn from us embers at some point.
We've observed you for millennia. You're not as good at it as you think. But at least you haven't made our mistake yet.
I seem to be doing a damn sight better than you did.
With less time at that.
Hey, let's go make their mistake, guys. Let's go fiddle with a machine we know nothing about. It's gonna be great.
Turn the dials.
Wrong lever!
I will say, you just gave us knowledge, and I have a headache now. Thanks. But surely, and I'm not asking you to do this to me, but surely you could remove knowledge if you could add it.
No.
What?
That is the absolute limit of our ability.
You
It
were
would be unethical
interacting
even
with
if
the
we could.
physical. You were
Are they?
interacting with the physical.
Are they, or are they just interacting with your mental energies? Maybe it's energy.
Interacting with the mental energies would be the same as using those same energies to.
You're messing
erase
with my
it.
brain. You're messing with my brain. It's still messing with the physical. The brain is physical.
Well, we can't. So suck it up.
You're just like, nah!
Ew.
One
We have
last
more now.
question.
Okay.
These automated fleets of yours, ships, whatever. How
They're
many
physical.
of them are there? And should we be worried about them coming after us too?
We've already told you how many of our devices there are. Most of them are automated ships or a few factory worlds. And no, we've never used them to commit violence on anyone.
You're probably gonna have to with the Primorans over your home world.
They've always known where the homeworld was. It's their world.
Yes, but they are there too. with their fleets trying to stop Achille to get there. So it's going to be...
There was no fleet there.
Then they're in the wrong spot.
One was like there was debris in the atmosphere, or debris in orbit. Perhaps one ship.
I'll be right back.
Let's go.
Oh, so debris in orbit, perhaps one ship. And disembodied Primarin waiting.
How lovely.
Interesting.
Right.
We're a step further than we were before we did this crazy thing 4 days ago.
Yeah.
I say we take what we've gotten and go. Hopefully, you can spend the next few millennia contemplating the day that you decided to do something. And maybe it'll help.
As we spent every millennia since then.
And maybe it will spur you on to take more actions, however limited you may be.
We are uncertain that our interference will not lead to more tragedy.
You already did the worst tragedy. The ones down here can't be that bad in comparison.
A mistake made is only useful if it's explained.
Or learned from.
Perhaps. Alright, so y'all, how much of this are you relaying to Enry Cyrano?
Yeah, well, once they leave, basically, and start their way back to the Crucible, assuming we start that.
I'm assuming once y'all are done talking, Jim just turns the ship around and heads back.
Okay. Adrian's going to go back to his connection with Enry and goes, well, that was informative.
What did they tell you?
Well, as per our agreement, they found him, so we're going to go get him.
Okay.
Don't shoot us.
That was the agreement.
Lovely.
What are you...
Because he's in your home system right now.
Then he should be dead.
He's not.
Bollocks.
Something espers. Oh, wait.
And you see him like reach for a control panel and then he stops. Was there anything else useful they said?
Am I able to hear this, or is it just you in your head?
It's all through his
Okay.
head.
Okay.
Yes and no. You have a lot of debris over your planet, you know that?
There shouldn't be. All the artificial satellites we had in orbit fell long ago.
Well, according to them, there's a lot of debris over your planet. Might want to look into that.
How would one old man have destroyed us? Thank you for the information. I'll send people to investigate. Right before we flip the switch off, he goes, I would, however, advise you to stay out of the system.
Well, as per our agreement, you don't really have a choice in the matter.
He narrows his eyes at you.
You agreed
Very
to
well,
it.
we have an agreement. And he disconnects. At which point you realize that you've been getting a steady calls from the station trying to make contact with you.
I mean, Adrian's just sort of like, he doesn't notice this at all because he's been talking. The others might, but
Jim will point it out to the rest, to Kat. Kat, we're getting a lot of comms from the station.
That's great.
It's basically
Do
just
we
them
need to
going,
answer any of them?
hey guys, hey.
What's the lights?
Adrian wakes up and goes, "Well, Achilles is a hell of a lot more resourceful than we thought."
He's like, well, the first few, they were just sitting there every few minutes asking us, asking us if we had trouble because they'd spotted that we had stopped. And they got a little frantic when all the lights appeared around us. The station chief, originally it was just one of the comm officers sending it out. Then the station chief got on, and she sounds frantic.
Hold
You
on.
know what I imagine she does?
That's super cool of them. Let's go.
Yeah, do we have to answer any of these calls?
You're under no legal responsibility to. You're far enough away from the
Adrian.
station that you don't really fall under their jurisdiction, per se.
Adrian will direct call to the station head, though. What do you want?
This is
You
station
know
command.
damn well what they want.
This is station command. Commander makes it sound military. Station
Chief? Well, it
chief.
would as though it was administrator. Would probably be
Administrator. We'll do that. This is station administrator. Ganrick. Is that Adrian? Adrian Still? Is that you?
He switches to the language of the Ekajati. Yeah.
Oh, hang on. I've got you on.
Speakerphone.
Yeah. Basically, I've got you on speaker. Let me put you.
He's basically forcing a private conversation right now.
And just a moment later, all right. And she speaks to you in Ekajati. All right. I'm alone now. What are y'all doing back at the station?
We know that you know that we know that you know.
Well, we're
Yeah.
dealing with your all's bullshit.
What in the world
The
did you do that
Ascension
caused such a-
machine?
The Ascension engine?
Yes, that.
Oh, no wonder Inri's furious about you. You have discovered a lot.
Yeah, well, technically we are contracted with him right now.
That's...
We met your leaders. They seemed nice.
They were arrogant, and it destroyed our peoples.
Yeah, we noticed. That's why we forced them to do something, and they actually listened.
I'm starting to think you folks are scary.
Yeah, that's what happens when you just dismiss us embers like that. See, you all have an eternity
Start a
to live.
fire.
We have about 100 years, which means we have to go balls to the wall 100% the entirety of our lifetimes. We're really good at catching up to people.
You're down here. We're at 110%, 100% of the time.
Maximum effort all the time.
Basically, yeah.
She's like, you may have a valid point.
Yeah.
I
So,
don't guess there's any way I could talk you into giving us the information you had on the shortcut, since you're, working for Inri.
Yeah, considering our entire mission at this point is to keep you and your leaders from tearing apart the entire galaxy because one idiot's deciding, hey, let's go activate the Ascension engine again.
Oh, that would be bad. The network's a lot bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why we have both sides working together on this.
I mean, it wouldn't get everybody, but all the capitals would go away. Ooh,
It would catch everything that is connected to a crucible. Yes, we know.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of worlds unconnected, but still, that's trillions, quadrillions. I don't know how many people that would be.
No stress, right? No stress.
None at all. No. I'm glad it's y'all and not me that's in charge of this.
Yeah, considering said crazy idiot is already in your home system. And has torn through whatever defenses were over your planet, too.
Sweet God. Why are y'all talking to me then? Y'all need to be going.
We're in the process of doing that. I'm just sitting here having a nice conversation. Everybody else is hightailing it out here, doing 150%, 100% of the time. It's called maximum effort. You should get on that.
You hear somebody bang. You assume she must be in her office. You hear somebody banging on the door. Oh, I guess he heard. I guess Pimo heard.
Yeah, him.
Pomo heard.
Hello, Destroyer. We said hello.
I mean, if you
Yeah.
want to let him in,
Effort,
might
you
as
get a
well. I feel like chewing his ass out, too.
and by maximum effort, you get to set a shot of Killbot doing one-handed push-ups and not touching the ground.
As Adrian is doing that sometimes as he's levitating.
Oh yeah, Pomo's not gonna be happy about this. He wants me to send ships after you, but this is far more important than getting into the shortcut.
Yeah.
Tell Pomo to call Henry.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to let him in so I can chew his ass out too, have fun. I'm on a roll today.
No, that would just be profanity thrown back and forth. The man's got a mouth on him.
Oh no, I'll be very polite. I wouldn't say a single curse word.
Oh yeah, well,
Armando
he'd
and
say
Ted,
enough
on the
for both
other
of you, I
hand.
promise.
Pardon?
She said, Pomo would say enough for both of you.
Yeah, I had a feeling I'd probably annoy the tarnation out of him.
Let's see.
Any words of wisdom?
Stop him no matter what.
Yeah, we're working on that.
You know, if you value your civilizations at all.
Also working on that. I did not know that you all had so many automated ships, too.
What are you talking about?
Click.
Power move.
She sounded genuinely confused when you said that. What are you talking about?
Power move.
And he just goes, well, I've had my fun. Let's go.
Well, you know, Jim's already spun the ship around, and you know, you're heading full throttle back towards the Crucible.
Yep. Like, I've had my fun. Let's.
So a few days later, 4 or 5 days later, because y'all did kind of swing around the long way. You know, you get within 500 clicks of the Crucible. You sync up. Jim puts in the coordinates that, you know, he can't seem to forget now. Well, I say that. It's not in your brains any harder than any other memories. But
It's for Adrian.
Very, very important information.
The way Adrian's
Jim
brain
put
works.
it in the ship system, you know, as soon as y'all were done. But,
onward, noble steed.
you sync up with the Crucible. One jump later, you appear around another Crucible.
I'm in a sassy mood today.
This Crucible is not only... this Crucible is clearly not at the edge of a system.
Mm-hmm.
It is orbiting... It is orbiting a roughly Earth-sized world. A little bit outside the orbit of that world's natural moon.
To the moon, Jim.
To the moon. Wow, there's a lot of water there.
Yeah.
On the moon or the planet?
He's like, on the moon. It's got a full atmosphere. You know, gravity's a little light by our standards, but atmosphere is breathable.
I mean, I can fly, so fuck it.
Do you see Vasher's ship?
Not yet, but you know, you appeared around the Crucible, so now y'all are arcing across.
Mm-hmm.
Because the moon orbits one way. Basically, you know, the moon orbits not unlike our own, where the Crucible kind of orbits in like a retrograde.
Yeah.
I hate when things are in retrograde.
Freaking Mercury.
Though as you arrive, they're all kind of fairly close together. You know, you have the Crucible, the slightly larger moon, and then the world kind of behind that. Not unlike the logo I've been using.
Who would have figured, man?
Yep.
Title sequence.
Indeed. So yeah, it doesn't take you very long. Sensors pick up the debris in orbit around the planet. Rough estimate, it's probably a probably not a. It probably whatever ship this was probably not the size of a destroyer. It was something. It was something a fair bit bigger than the Roustabout, but not like full destroyer size.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you would probably hope that they don't have too many of those. But,
Yeah.
Jim does a few orbits around the moon. Somebody want to give me a roll with the scanners?
Sure.
What kind of role would that be?
Computer use.
That'd be me. I say with a natural 20.
Come on.
28!
I'm finding that guy.
All right. So it takes a few orbits, but you do ping his ship.
Yeah.
They had basically done their best to camouflage it. They had powered everything down. It was really a very impressive roll. So you just do manage to catch basically like a glimmer from one of the viewports or something that catches your eye enough that you manage to find it.
Found him.
The moon is almost entirely covered with water, with a few islands that, as you scan, you realize it's the tops of tall mountains.
It's a dense planet.
Fake.
Well, fortunately for you, all I can make submersibles.
Well, tall by the standards of it's basically these islands are just the tallest mountains on this moon, I should say. But you land. Achilles' ship is basically parked kind of just up on the beach, close to some close to some of the trees and whatnot. You get out, air is very breathable. You got that typical seashore smell.
Any native fauna or flora?
There's a few things
Oh.
scampering through the trees. You don't see any. You don't really see any bird analogs flying around.
I would like to check by Achilles' ship as we land. I put on the cape, by the way, for what may be the last.
Always
What
fine.
Aramanto feels like maybe the last time. Anyway, I would like to check by Achilles' ship to see if there are any footprints going away, which direction they're going.
You find some footprints in the sand, and they lead up out of the sand. They kind of landed on the beach, and they left the beach.
Okay.
Other than little things scurrying, there is something big out in the water. Every now and then, you see kind of a psst. Think kind of like when you see a whale just get enough to the surface that it blows, the water out from around its nostril or whatever. But all these jets come in like little twins.
We had those on Earth. I'm not super impressed.
Yeah. There seems to be, I guess you'd say, a pod of them.
Mm-hmm. It's a little more impressive, but not
They head
much
towards
more.
the shore.
Grand Blade comes out.
Guys, let's.
Eventually, they all kind of stop a few hundred yards out. One continues forward. And as it begins to lift its head out, with the exception of all of y'all are basically human.
Mm-hmm.
At least culturally, you all come from kind of the same thing. It looks for all the world like old illustrations you'd see of sea serpents.
Huh.
It's got a long snake-like body.
It needs tree fitty.
Now the nostril things you see seem to be mounted on top of its head. almost like a brachiosaur.
Do they have wings?
They do not.
Okay, they're not quaddles. I've eliminated that.
Cattle wave.
Yo.
When you wave, you hear a voice in your head speak to you. Unfortunately, you do not understand the language.
You roboted out for me there, Jason.
When she waves at it, she hears a voice in her head, but she can't understand the language it's speaking.
So Adrian will also wave.
Next, I say, she looks over at Adrian like, how good are you with languages again?
You know, actually though, Kat thinks she recognizes the language. She just doesn't know the language.
Wave at the pretty sea serpents, Adrian.
Armanto waves at the serpents too.
I wave at the pretty sea serpents.
Everybody that waves at the sea serpent gets a greeting from the sea serpent in Ekajati.
Ah, lovely.
Greetings. We did not expect more visitors so soon. It's been so long since we had any. And then the Mr. Vasher showed up.
Adrian will respond in Ekajati. Well, we are trying to find him, actually.
I believe he went up into the mountain.
Into the mountain, okay. There might be anything there that you might know of?
The facility.
Ah, okay. Well...
It was used for research long, long ago.
Okay.
Shortly before all the people disappeared.
Yeah, that was their own fault.
The Mr. Vasher said something similar.
Yeah, they kind of did it to themselves.
Also, since I actually asked Adrian, so you are directly communicating with him with Ekajati, correct?
I am fluent in the language, yes.
I assume are you speaking out loud when you were talking to them?
If it was a telepathic thing, then he would be speaking in his head.
Oh, okay.
Because that's just how he rolls.
Not wrong.
Armanto, you also know the language by this point, I think.
Yeah, because I think you actually have that trait, don't you?
Well, I know he'd been talking about. He'd been studying it.
I've been studying what I have, and I keep poking at Adrian to teach me the language without the stupid implant.
Under that line, I would have picked it up eventually, but
Cat just picked up enough to watch the soap operas.
But so
in that case, I actually ask it, how long have you actually been in that body?
since I was born.
They speak Ekajati. They're not actually Ekajati.
Let's see. Since I was born, 50, 60 years, I suppose. You're not sure how long a local year is, but
How did your people come to this place?
oh, we were brought here long, long ago from the world below, when it was blue and green.
World full of... This used to be like a ice moon that thawed.
The people they gave us intelligence. They taught us to speak with it. They let us roam the seas of this moon. Back when the seas were much smaller. But then the people disappeared. There was the great lights in the sky, and the planet got warmer, and the northern seas warmed. The ice all melted.
Global warming is real, guys.
Whole campaign's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, this was long, long ago. We only remember it. We only remember it by what our ancestors remember.
Well, We do need to go find the Mr. Vasher, as you call him.
He was busy and in a hurry as well.
Yeah, well, if we can end up saving him from doing something very dumb and killing himself, we'll come by and chat. How about that?
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
Heck.
And yes, he seemed nice. Please stop him from hurting himself.
Heck, we could even
Uh,
live here.
That's the plan. Hmm.
Who's gonna come looking for us here?
I'm down to live here.
Got a beach. Has a crucible like right in orbit, so
I'll
Yeah.
make my own. I'll make my own space Cinnabon.
Let's see.
Anyway,
As
it's-
you're talking, a much smaller one of the sea serpents. It's probably, I don't know. It's a couple of car lengths long and
smaller.
roughly
Yeah.
the diameter of like a dolphin. Very long and narrow. But it kind of comes slithering out of the water like it, and kind of beelining for your ship, like it just wants to check out your ship.
Seeing as how she understands like the bare minimum of that, like, guys, Roustabout, Caesar, anything.
I think they're fine.
I think if they
Tell-
wanted to do something, they would have done it already.
Tell Jim that it's okay too, then, just so Jim doesn't panic.
Don't panic. They're curious.
I'm not panicking. Who's panicking? Are you panicking?
Take pictures.
And then the bay doors start going. Bzzz. Look, you can look on the outside.
Fair.
It's Jurassic Park with the eye.
I mean, it doesn't look big enough to swallow me, unless its jaw unhinges like actual serpents.
Just like breathing against the window, like.
Gets up right in the window, looking at Jim in his cockpit.
Oh no!
Huh.
I will, in very broken Ekajati, just from based on what I've heard from the novellas and what I've heard from Adrian, say, you've been very helpful and forthright, and I appreciate that.
Oh, well, thank you. We always try to be useful. Forgive the little one, she's just curious.
Maybe time is of the essence, guys.
Yep.
We'll be back.
We'll be back. Thank you.
Wait,
Good luck.
when are you guys
You see
with better
the tip of his tail rises
Ekajati?
up out of the water way back behind it and kind of waves.
You guys with that better Ekajati, ask him if there's anything else on this planet that talks.
No, unfortunately, the other enlightened creatures did not survive the change when everything warmed up, and
That's sad,
much of the
actually.
land flooded. It's sad, but we remember them.
Again, global warming is real, y'all.
Save the polar bears. One day they might be able to talk to us.
Or just keep breeding with grizzlies and those descendants eat us all.
50-50.
Yeah.
Because that's what
I like
polar
my-
bears do.
Either way, I win.
Don't threaten me with a good time, man.
It's a bear. You were always expecting the zombie apocalypse. Instead of what you got was the bear apocalypse. It's
gonna be
growler
grisly.
bears and those coyote wolf hybrids.
Yep. And also now that, they've known coyotes would team up, but now they have documentation of it. They found out coyotes are teaming up with badgers now.
Oh shit.
Oh, I think I saw that video.
Yeah. The whole
I'm
point is,
curious how that came about. How that little partnership came about.
no, because they knew about it, but it was the first time they have a video of it. Because essentially, they team up to hunt prairie dogs.
Oh,
Badgers. Badgers will dig out the holes and get what's in the dens, and the coyotes will eat anyone that tries to run.
gotcha.
It's been your daily planet for the day, guys.
Yeah,
We just need to get really,
Interesting
really
earth
big
animals.
dachshunds.
Can be translated into interesting space aliens.
Yes, they can.
I mean, y'all have fought a number of prehistoric creatures that I just rescanned, so.
Yeah.
And a few things out of the monster manual that I rescanned it because
Yeah, that's
because they're compatible.
that, and also that's actually where that came from.
Alright, guys. Let's go into the forest.
So anyway, all the little sea serpents or not so little sea serpents are kind of waving at you.
Wave back.
See you later, Sid.
Don't name them. They probably have names.
That was actually like a joke. There was an old like Marty and Croft, that like H.R. Buffett stuff people. He had a show called Sid the Sea Serpent.
Or Sid the Sea Monster or something like that.
Yeah.
So to the
Anyway,
base? To the base?
Yes.
The base.
To the base.
Onwards.
Let's try and I'm all for taking out Achilles, like not killing him, but like subduing him. So
I'm
stealthy to the
absolutely
base.
subduing him. Aramanto, like,
I can cloak all of you, depending on how far this base is. If we can get
Once
there in
we-
less than an hour.
Once we get closer.
Fair.
it could potentially be a decent little way. So, who wants to give me? Who has survival?
I have survival.
Oh, good. That stops me from having to double check, make sure survival's still a skill in this one.
It is.
I mean, if you give me 10 minutes, I can make a flying vehicle and just fly there.
Well, this is more for tracking purposes.
There, okay.
Yeah, you can still just make a plane.
But yeah, I have survival.
Oh, what'd you get?
I haven't rolled it yet.
Oh, go ahead and roll survival.
I'm waiting for you to do that. 13.
13.
Do I have survival?
It's a wisdom-based skill.
No, I do not have survival.
For the first little bit, for the first couple of miles, you're able to follow the trail pretty easy. They clearly weren't making any great effort to hide it, so you're following little broken limbs and stomped down grasses. I mean, they've had. Well, you're not really sure how long they've been here.
But I know they have been here. Like,
Yes.
for a while.
For a bit, anyway. But you trace
Okay.
through the woods as it gets up a little bit higher. The heavier tree cover kind of thins out to this kind of rocky, mountainous area. And you lose the trail there. Now from actually, Aramanto was not with the group then.
They have briefed me on everything.
That's true. And this would be something you could all put your heads together about. But
You got the GLDR on it.
the Ekajati in other places were known to like build their bases into natural caves
We were in one.
or disguise the entrances to their bases as blending, something where it would blend into the natural environment.
So
Even
I'm
your
on top of
secret
the
base. Even your secret base, if you weren't standing in front of it looking at it, was looked like a little grass-covered hill.
So am I on top of a mountain at this point, or am I at
Not
like,
at the very
base?
top. Y'all have gone up a ways out of the thicker kind of forested area.
Okay. I'll kind of, as I lose the trail, I kind of look around and I'm just like, lost the trail. They hide these things, right?
Typically.
Okay. If I lost the trail, then that probably means that I actually found the trail.
Potentially.
Okay. Maybe we scour.
All right, give me. This is basically gonna be y'all spending the rest of the day. Give me a. Is it search?
Investigation or perception?
Uh,
Yeah, this is probably perception.
Okay.
everybody.
Yes, that's everybody. Y'all are all wandering around.
21.
Cat don't
Cat
find
poked her
nothing.
eyes out.
Ten.
So,
But
hold on to it.
Armanto got a 21, so.
It's the cloak, man. It's the cloak.
So everybody else is kind of looking for a door. Armanto is looking for cave entrances, and you find a few. It's the fourth one that you investigate that yields
Clunk.
something. Well, you go inside like it was a natural cave, but then the back wall is metallic and got a door. Much like
You hear-
when you saw it at the other Ekajati base y'all taken over.
You hear a very loud. It like reverberates through the cave. Like, I think I found it, guys.
Guys.
And looking around outside of this thing, you think at one point there may have been a large cleared area out in front of it, but some of that seems to have broken away and kind of slid down the mountain, maybe.
Mm.
A long time ago, but you don't really notice that part of it until you'd already found the cave.
Yeah.
Not large enough to land something like the Roustabout on, probably, but smaller personal vehicles.
Personal vehicles. I'll go back out to the cave entrance and kind of like flag down everybody.
Find something fun.
Metal doors.
Those are likely not natural, I'm assuming.
Unless there's natural metal in this place.
That
That becomes
forms
doors.
and handprint sensors.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a
All right.
typical rock formation.
The rock formation just happens to make it like a handprint. It's over here, and I'll lead them to it.
And hell, I rolled a 6. I might think it's a natural rock formation.
Well,
Seems legit.
onwards.
I mean, you're the hacker guy. You need to get into that thing, right?
Probably.
Are you
The floor,
gonna?
the floor is yours, Adrian.
Fine.
The door is his.
You want to find Achille as much as anybody else does.
Really?
Come on, you know you like to kill it.
He'll go over to the door.
Okay. The sensor seems to be powered up,
Mm-hmm.
though it doesn't recognize your hand.
Mm-hmm. Alright, we're doing this then. He's gonna try to hack it first,
Okay.
normally.
Before he does that, she'll be like, remember, there's another Cybermancer.
Yeah, I know, but he's gonna see if...
As soon as you try to hack into it, you realize you're completely locked out.
Mm-hmm.
With your experience, you immediately go...
Black Hat!
Yeah. System.
22.
Alright. Oh, well, this would be versus her. Let me look up her stats right quick.
They're all 8s. It's okay. We can totally pretend they're all 8s.
That's not the right one. Yeah, that's probably the right one. All right. So that's her computers. Alright, she's got... Alright, she doesn't have any hinky abilities that makes it any harder to get into. just what she's rewritten the computer code to do. Alright, so her computer use was... I mean, you bypass her system lock with your black hat.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's got a 20... She made a 24 rewriting the security... kind of beefing up the security. She got a 24 on her computer use, so you need to beat a 24.
I got a 22.
Okay. She's good.
Try again.
Let's see. Would this be one you could just try constantly? Sure. We'll say you take it. We'll say each attempt is a few hours. So the longer it takes you, the more of a head start Achilles has.
While he's doing that, Kat's gonna be looking at the door like, can we just brute force our way into here? We have brutes.
Another 22.
What would you have to roll to get?
So 6
I have to
hours
beat it.
later.
I have to beat a 24.
I'm just trying to. I was looking at your modifier.
Oh, I need to
You have to roll a 16.
a 16 or better. Yeah.
So you guys have never seen Adrian work this long to try to hack into something.
Do you want I should just bash the door open?
I mean, you could, but I thought you wanted to do this quietly.
I don't care one way or another. You're thinking of Cat.
She's the quiet one. Where'd she go?
Is there any way to boost your abilities?
I didn't take bless.
Not
Whatever
for
it is.
something like this. Not really.
Oh, no, it's attack rolls and saving throw.
Just get Jim to bring the roustabout up and fire a rocket into the cave.
They won't notice it at all.
No. The height of subtlety.
Mm,
I'm gonna.
keep trying.
All right.
How long
give
do
me
you
another,
have your?
another roll for another 3 hours?
26.
All right. At about hour 8.5, the door finally springs open.
Well, he has an 8-hour lead on us at least.
Yeah, but they probably don't know we're here either.
Grand Blade comes out. All right.
Adrian will just pat Cat, and he will use Obfuscate and catch everybody with it.
Invisible salute. Want me to scout ahead?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Okay. She is a scouting ahead.
Oh, somebody's saying hi to you in the chat, Dick.
Hi. Who is it?
I'm not going to try to pronounce that. I'm not sure.
Is it Anna Livitar?
Yes, that's exactly who it is.
Okay. Hi, John. Sorry, I don't have chat open. I had a lot of things going on at once.
The rest of us also say hi, John, even if we don't know who you are. We don't know who you are, but we're glad you're here.
Plays with me on Saturdays.
Welcome to our potential deaths.
You're not going to die today.
Next Tuesday. Fully
Next
possible.
Tuesday, maybe.
Well,
We
y'all
only
got
have
20
30
minutes
minutes.
left. Some of you might could die today.
Armando jumps off a cliff.
Alright. Yeah, Kat's scouting ahead. Look, while she's scouting, though, she is looking for anything that might be hinky that would indicate some kind of trap or anything. So she's not, like, balls to the wall going.
Let's see. Your buddy says make sure Armato dies first and sticks his tongue out at you.
Get prepped for
All right,
this for
give
weeks.
me a perception as you're creeping forward and keeping an eye out.
And my perception rolls for Kat have been horrible this whole campaign.
Now, did Adrian obfuscate everybody?
Yeah, we're
Yep.
all obfuscated.
Mm.
Everybody's visible.
Billy punched somebody.
Visible. Everybody's visible to some jackass pulls out a sword.
30 out.
Until he hits somebody with it. Or attempts to hit somebody with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you move forward. You see some not laser trip wires, but kind of motion sensors along the ground. The office gate's taking care of that. But you note that they're there. You don't think they're booby traps so much as just they would set off an alarm if they're currently active.
She'll just patch that information back along to the rest of the crew.
Wonderful.
You move down a hallway. There's a few offices to the side. Not unlike the ground level of your other base, truthfully. It's like the top layer, top floor here is or entrance level here is a lot of the administration stuff.
Yeah.
An office pretty much looks like an office.
Office is an office is an office.
The stuff here is not packed up as much as it was in some of those other places.
I'll nudge Adrian slightly and be like, "What are the odds that the control we have in the other base will matter here?"
Probably not very much.
It's worth a shot, just in case we get more of those murderous robots.
You eventually come to an elevator, Cat.
She'll report that back and just kind of hang by the elevator.
Elevator, okay.
Okay. Guess I'll show up, hang out.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll
It's
all
an
walk.
elevator, much like on the other base y'all been to. Nothing. I mean, the layout's a little different, but nothing's looking unusual to you, having become familiar with that other base.
Recalling the other base and also how. Well, I'm not recalling, but I'm putting the question out for everybody else here. Where was the important and/or top secret stuff? That's probably where Jim is.
Armory.
Lower.
Yeah. Lower, yes, but how far low?
Floor 1.
Maybe. Because that's where Achilles gonna be.
Probably.
While they're here, Kat's just gonna try, I assume she has, some kind of comm on her. She's just gonna try calling Achilles one more time. That wouldn't break obfuscation, right? Because it's not an attack or anything.
It's not an attacker using a talent.
Yeah, I think you can
Talking
talk on a
for free
radio
action.
fine. I mean,
She'll
if you're
still-
trying to hide from somebody and you started talking, they could shoot in the direction of your voice and potentially hit you. They
Yeah.
just have disadvantage.
But she's gonna give it a shot. Kelly, we're here. We want to talk.
It's your last chance.
We want to go in quietly so they don't know we're there. What's up, bitch? We're here. What up?
There's a long pause, and you hear Basil's voice come over the radio. Oh, I'm afraid Mr. Vasher is not here presently. Can I pass on a message?
It's a 9 on my insight check.
And
Oh wait, I wouldn't know. Thanks, so
you got all.
You were breaking up there, Patrick. What was that?
I'm getting a phone call. Get back.
Oh, okay. So Basil's like, oh, he's not here right now. Can I take a message?
Click.
He calls you back.
Doesn't answer. Goes to say, doesn't feel.
You basically get a text message from him. No, that's just rude. And then a second later, and childish.
Emoji back. Just like
The
the
finger.
tongue out. The finger and then
The middle
just
finger
like,
emoji.
Do I need to separate you two?
Kind of are separated.
Yeah,
They're
I
down
can't
there
punch
somewhere.
him, yeah. Let's bottom
Bas-
floor.
I said, you know, get on this. Basil, where is he?
I do not believe Mr. Achille would want me to pass that information along. I would, however, be more than happy to send him a message.
Well, okay, here's the option. You pass it along and he doesn't die, because that is the deal.
What deal?
The deal that we made to keep him alive.
Who did you make a deal with?
The people who are trying to kill him for being here in the first place.
Oh, it did go well for the ones in orbit.
Yeah, that's gonna change pretty quick. So, where is he?
Investigating a dig site elsewhere. Well, perhaps dig site isn't the right word.
Basil. Do I need to break this down to elementary school logic for you?
We've been in contact with people who used to live here.
Oh. I thought they were extinct. Well, sort of.
Sort of is actually the case.
Cat is face palming so fucking hard right now. Like, could we just ask where he is and not give everyone all the secrets?
Basically,
No.
because we'll be stepping around more corners. We just had an entire argument about keeping secrets is what got everyone here in the first place.
Basil's like, you sound like you have a little bit of a few things to sort out yourselves.
Basil,
Basil, where the fuck is he?
I will rip through your entire communication system and leave it a pile of slag to get what I want.
He's on the planet.
Where?
I am not sure where the device took him.
Where's the device that took him to the planet?
Where's the technomancer?
With him. They left me here to, mind the shop, so to speak. Well, we set our base camp up here.
Did the device go with him, or is the device here?
No, the transmaterial device is still here. It merely took him somewhere on the surface. I'm not coordinate wise. I'm not sure where it was at.
What floor is it on?
Let me see. The numbering in these places is weird.
Starts from the lowest number on the bottom and works its way up to the top floor closest to the surface. Which one is it?
I believe we were on floor 2 then.
Good. We're going to floor 2 to deal with that. I'd advise you not to stop me before I finish ripping my way through this entire system, like I've already been doing.
I seriously doubt I could stop you if I wanted to, sir. You are a Esper of some significant power.
And also, as we're walking your cat, you do realize that the Jnanialo have talked to you about this already.
They said they were going to speak to Achilles, yes. Where he was at when they spoke to him, though.
Right, floor 2, everybody, let's go. Ride only goes one way. If you're here when I'm close the door, you're left behind. Let's get moving.
Onward.
Everybody piles in. The music starts playing.
Adrian shuts it off.
And you drop, and you drop, and you drop. There is a lot of floors here, obviously.
Uh-huh.
But eventually it dings. And the doors part. Filling the hallway are several constructs, roughly human size, so not as big as the robots you had at the other base.
Mm-hmm.
There's at least 6 of them. 2 of them are standing right at the door. And as it opens, each of them with one hand puts a hand up like to stop the door from closing. In the other hand, they're holding weaponry.
Yes.
Actually, they would speak common because he's had a technomancer here, or that type of critter here.
Mm-hmm.
Please render yourselves visible and disarm. We are under instructions not to harm you unless our hands are forced.
From who?
The instructions were given to us by Mr. Basil.
And where are you taking us?
Once you're disarmed, we will take you to the lounge. It's very comfortable.
Yes, see, we need to find what Achille Vasher had so we can go save his life.
Basil, call off your dogs.
I'm very sorry, Miss Cat, but I have very specific instructions from my employer.
Basil, I really don't give a singular fuck about your instructions right now. Call off your dogs,
There's
or
no
we'll
need to
blow
be
through
unladylike
them.
language.
Basil, you know what? We can either chew through them, or you can call them off. Call them off now.
Why are they about to choose them?
Mr. Achille wanted me to stall you as long as I could. If destroying process artifacts, intelligent, self-aware artifacts at that.
Yeah, we know. He, destroyed one back on our base too, so he clearly doesn't care too much. Ripped the memories out of one.
Well, that sounds rather unpleasant.
Tell us. Yeah, it does. So, call him off so we don't have to do the same.
I'm sorry, Miss Cat. I cannot do that.
Basil, do you like living?
I've grown rather fond of it over the years.
Yeah, your employer's going to kill you if he continues on his current plan. You're aware of that.
That is not what I have come to understand is actually happening.
Yeah, well, he doesn't know a single solitary shut up. He doesn't know a single solitary damn thing about what he's doing right now.
What has he told you?
He's explained to me a little bit about the Ekajati, and what they elevated themselves to, and
So nothing. In other words.
well, immortal energy creatures.
So
not something
nothing.
not something I would choose as a young man, but
And you're aware these immortal energy creatures regret this decision? And have been trying to find ways to end it?
well, no, I hadn't heard that. I wonder what.
Does he like interacting? Does he like interacting with anything in the galaxy?
And,
At all?
question, this is to the DM.
Okay.
Is there any way of asking Jnanialo to explain it to him? Because they already can see, or at least nearby.
You don't really know how to communicate with them over long distances. Obviously, they can search large areas very quickly. It would really depend on how close an eye they're keeping on you.
I'm fairly certain they'd have a close eye, considering the massive amount of conversation we just had a little earlier.
By the same token, while y'all are talking, the robots seem to be getting impatient. Please make yourself visible and disarm. This will unfortunately be your final warning.
How close together are they?
The two that are blocking the door are like right up next to each other, shoulder to shoulder, holding the door open, with guns out. The other four are spaced out a bit further back in the hallway.
Say the word, guys.
Is this base built similar to ours?
Pretty similar. The elevator seems to open up to a long hallway with rooms on the sides.
Adrian's just gonna look long one. It's like, Armanto, pick up cat and hole, please.
All right, it's not where I was going with this, but
He has to
I
feel
got
around
them.
to find him.
yeah, the K.
Yeah, Cat will move around,
Okay.
like hand out, looking for.
Clink.
What, does this feel like a rig?
Ow, that's my fucking yes, it's my rig.
Did I poke you in the eye? Sorry.
No,
Do you have them?
Yes, he's got him at this point.
Good. He puts a hand on Aramanto, uses portal, and warps to the far end of this floor.
About that time, the robots start unloading in the some kind of energy shot into the elevator. It does kind of a wide burst. Does not seem to be doing any physical damage to the elevator. You're not sure exactly what they're firing.
Interesting.
Does it appear to be similar to the weapons that we developed? And by we, I mean based on Ekajati technology.
The Esper talent killer.
No, it definitely does not appear to be one of those. Though that was something built into a regular... I think they use plasma-based weaponry. It doesn't appear to be like a regular plasma blast either. Like I said, it's not doing any damage to the elevator itself. There's a little thunking noise when it hits the elevator, so there's clearly some kind of, force to it, but...
Well, y'all have about an hour of invisibility to figure this shit out. Let's find the damn thing.
Kicking down doors.
No. Let's find Basil.
Okay. And scene.
At 8:54, yeah, it's probably pretty good. Before y'all slink off to try to find Basil, the last thing you see is the two robots at the door step into the elevator and kind of... Have you ever seen Star Wars, the way Vader kind of stomps at Obi-Wan's robes, like he don't know, what just happened?
Yeah.
They kind of step into the elevator doing that and let the door shut behind them. The other four turn around and kind of start spreading out in almost a search pattern down the hallway.
All right. And that's where we end.
Yes, and that is where we will end.
Whew.
So next week you will finish dealing with this base, hopefully. And the big...
I give...
It's been an intense.
That's pretty intense for... It's pretty intense for zero combat.
Yeah, it's basically... that big, deep things. No, it's just two people having a very, very long-winded argument. And by long-winded, I mean millennium.
Millennia-long argument.
Yeah. Let's say, Taki, you might as well get used to it, because this is pretty much all Vampire the Masquerade is.
Oh
There's
boy.
hardly ever combat in
Oh no,
this.
I've watched...
That can vary to some degree, but combats tend to be short and intense.
Yes,
I've watched LA by Night. I kind of know how it works.
I've watched the first couple of those. I've started listening to the Glittering Night, which is the one the Happy Jacks guys are doing.
Yeah.
Just because it's an LA by Night is probably 5th edition by now, but the one I was listening to, I think, was the 20th anniversary. Or was it? I don't remember. I've listened to so many of them. Anyway, wrapping here. Next week will be, I think, our third to last episode. I think we've got 3 left at this point.
17th, 24th, and 31st if we plan on going through the end of the month.
Yeah, 31st was where I was planning to wrap.
Unless
if
we
y'all
do
blow
something
through stuff
really
quick.
stupid.
And knowing us,
Knowing us.
Something really stupid or really brilliant could speed up or slow down by a week.
I mean, going back to Jnanialo was a great idea.
yeah, just because I knew, we can't, actually when he said we can't, it's like our leaders about this. Let's get everyone in I eventually told an Aramanto, okay everybody, let's talk. Which is why I kind of got pissy at Cat's character saying, you have to tell them all the secrets. Keeping secrets is what got us in this situation in the first place.
But, so next time we will finish this up, and y'all will probably have either a nice, calm conversation with Basil, or he'll try to shoot you all. I haven't decided.
I haven't decided yet.
But that's a
You
lie.
find
I know
out he's-
exactly what he's going to do. But anyway.
Then you discover he's actually JoJo's adventure character.
I know, Basil's just Basil. Alright. So, anybody watching at home, thank you for coming by. Anybody that comes by and watches later, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope everybody tune in next week. I had fun running. I hope my players had fun. I think they did this time. I'm pretty confident. Again, I've been the GM for the evening, Jason, and with me has been, almost said Cat playing Sarah. Sarah playing Cat, Becca playing Armanto, Eric playing Adrian, and Patrick playing Hull.
Disembodied voice says, "Have a good night."
Yes, our disembodied voice. And we will see y'all next time.
Later.
Bye-bye.